Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Majin Javi, and today I have a little bit of a nice discussion video for you guys. I essentially want to talk about what happened to DR. Now, some of you might be wondering what is DR, and if you look on your screen, this is exactly what DR is. DR, or Divine Road 2, or technically Divine Road 2.5, um, or technically Naruto Divine Road 2.5, is a game made by a friend of mine named Sammy. And essentially what had happened to it is it kind of died out. For well, the main reason was there was an update revolving around the Jins, the Jin system or whatever. Not quite exactly sure what the specifications of it was. I just remember that for whatever reason, all of us, like all the Jins, we got our progress reset completely. And no one was happy with that. No one at all. And it resulted in almost all of the Jins wiping themselves. Almost all of them wiping themselves. And it was kind of crazy. Oh, okay. Let me see. So essentially, what had happened was someone in the game, right, was exploiting. He was I believe it was a Kirinin. Yeah, it was a Kirinin. He was exploiting and checking gen relations. No one had asked him to do it. He was just doing it. The whatchamacallit? Why am I blanking? The Mizukage found out, right? And he was like, you know what? Go ahead and do what you do. Check these other guys too. Check them all. Help them out. Right? Cool. All right. So some of these Jins didn't even know that they were being checked. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of them just were going on about their day. So when the guy fessed up or whatever, or got caught, or however it happened, he was banned. He was perma banned for exploiting, right? For checking gen relations, and he was changing players, villages, and clans without Kage approval. All this was done with paid exploits, right? And every gen that was involved in this situation got set back to -9 relation. Okay, that's like instant berserk. You can't do anything in the game at all at -9 relation. And the gens involved, we had some names I'm gonna throw out: Avalis, Satanic, Raph, Veggie, Kyle. But Kyle just didn't know about it at all. Now everyone was upset about this, and what ended up happening is that these gens wiped themselves. Okay, they all wiped themselves. And the crazy thing is the Mizukage, Android, shout out to Android, he made the compromise because he knew what he did wrong. He was like, I'm going to get you can wipe me and permaban me from all roles in the game. If you reset the misgens to relation 0 instead of negative, and unpunish the other gens instead of setting everyone to -9. So that way most of the gens remained untouched, and 2 of the gens would have had to be set back to relation 0. Okay, but they weren't having that. So instead, what they went and did is they all wiped themselves. They all jumped in a pit and wiped themselves, a white pit. And it was crazy. It was crazy. It was all happening so fast. Everything happened so fast. Now, because of this, Avalis took his group of people and they like dipped. They wiped themselves and they just basically quit on DR after that. And along with they were a big old friend group. Okay, so when they left, there were a lot of the toxicity was gone from the community at this point. But for those of the player base that remained, they were upset with Sammy. They were definitely upset with Sammy. I believe there was a series of updates that had gone on at that point. I could actually go back and check right now. So this happened on the 13th of October that everyone wiped. And if we go up, Jin training had just been fixed at this point. And then I don't think anything happened to Jin. The Jins were being messed with. We were being messed with in terms of training. I was already mastered at this point. But some things that were changed. The Jins, the okay. Tail, Beast Bomb, and Roar will be telegraphed. Okay, Jins will be damageable during Tail Beast Bomb, but it will take 75% less damage from all sources. Jin regen will be stopped during Roar and Tail Beast Bomb. So it was easier. That made it easier to defeat Berserk Jins, right? Um, let's see. Then he changed the Berserk Jin training some more. He said all Jins. This is where he came out of nowhere and said this. All Jins will be reset down to relation 0 and 0 progress. All training requirements will be reduced by half. Difficulty to kill Jins will be reduced by a fair amount. New. Jins will roar when they berserk and randomly after that. Standing within a certain range of the roar will knock players back. Does no damage. Jins will teleport behind their target if they have not hit them for long enough. Okay? That was the Berserk Jin update. This happened on the 5th of October before everyone went ahead and wiped themselves, right? So this was what had people already upset. Everyone was already mad at this point. Everyone was upset with Sammy, and then so the Jins getting reset, I guess, pushed people over the edge. Although a lot of the parties involved the party involved was definitely guilty for the most part. But you know, being a Jin is hard. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Training is hard. It's tedious. You just want to play the game with you want the perks of a Jin, but you don't want to go through the training of becoming a master Jin. You know, so I feel their pain. I could see why they were upset. But yeah, at that point the roads were already rocky at that point, right? So that kind of set everyone over the edge. And people just started dipping on DR. They were like, yeah, I'm done with this game, blah, 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 blah. And the game kind of died out. All right, a good amount of people were like, we give up on this. We give up on this game. The people that remained were upset. And Sammy was like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this community, because he was tired of the toxicity from the community. A good portion of the community was unnecessarily toxic. I didn't enjoy it, like some aspects of the community. I just loved the game for what it was, and the devs for doing what they were doing, minus the resetting us all to 0 for no reason part. I never understood that, but I wasn't tripping over it. Like, I wasn't trying to quit the game like everyone else. Anyways, Sammy then decided, you know what? I don't care that much anymore. I have this One Piece game that's been in the works. Everyone knew about it at this point. Before it was kind of kept under wraps, but eventually he like publicly announced it. He was like, yeah, here's this other game I'm working on, and I'm going to make sure the community never becomes toxic in the first place, and we don't end up going down the same road that I did with DR, right? And yeah, he kind of just took that game and ran with it. He was like, I'm going to be actively working on this game now. Should have it ready to test soon. Basically meaning that he was pretty much done with DR. But after a while, we get an announcement from him saying that he wasn't exactly done with the game. This came like 10 days later, 10 days after everyone wiped themselves. And this is what the message says. Regarding the status of the game. Hi everyone, as some of you know, I've been deciding whether or not I want to continue with the game or not. I'll continue on the game, but the following things will change. Public prioritization, removal of inactive Kages, not now, after updates resume. Removal of players who know rule breaking or break rules themselves. Clarification from the beginning on rules and addressing possible issues that arise as they come up. Lowering the number of specials that need to be created so game process can continue smoothly. The workload is a bit much. Heavy balancing to all things. Tools that don't work realistically in combat or in situations will be scrapped, and tools that need to be fixed, like jump tool, will be fixed. I personally didn't see issue with the jump tool. I like the way it worked, but I guess some people had complaints. Anyways, and then a few people who I can bounce ideas off of before they're worked on. Yeah. After that, he said, I'm going to leave Akatsuki. They're good without me. I'll be taking the vacant Mizukage position. In short, for those of you who don't/won't read this, because I know you won't, I'm going to keep working on the game. The following things I want to get done. Sure, for sure, first off. Water finish, Flame Whirlwind rework. He pinged everyone and said, sorry for the lack of updates. They will resume starting tonight. Then he proceeded to say, the following injectors are now being returned. 1, 7, 5, 6, 4, 5, 3, and 6. So everyone got their Jin injectors back, and that was the state of the game. And since then, it's kind of been like a wasteland. It's been barren. The only thing that's been going on is a war. There's been a war going on between, I believe, Konoha and Suna, and Kiri ended up getting into it. And that was about all that was going on for DR at that point. As of right now, the amount of people that are playing DR are 0. There are 0 people playing DR. What does this say about the game? Is it dead? Most likely, I would say it's dead. Does that mean there's no chance of it returning? I don't know. I'd like to believe that DR will come back. All right. I thoroughly enjoyed playing DR, and I truly hope it does return. If it doesn't return, it's been nice. I'm kind of gonna be upset. I guess this is how the people that played NO2 felt after after Snake said, "Yeah, we're done with the game here." But yeah, I'll be upset. But you know, what happened, and there are other games to play. I'm just gonna miss DR a lot. I'm not gonna cap. The game was really fun. Anyways, I hope that kind of clarified some things for you guys. Let you know exactly why I haven't been able to play. Oh yeah. As for why I haven't been getting in the game, trying to get some content out, I was switched from 2 Tails to 8 Tails. After we all got reset, the injectors were then given back. So I was taken off of the role of 2 Tails. This is no longer the same me that you're looking at here. And I became the 8 Tails. And what was going to happen regarding our village? Goten's, the Raikage, some of you might know, he was going to train our 2 Tails. He picked our 2 Tails without consulting me. That's a problem I had definitely with Kumo. I hated that so much. Goten's always believed that his ideas were the right ideas. And he didn't like to consult anyone on those ideas from what I've seen. At least he wouldn't consult me as a council member. He would never consult me. But he went ahead and picked his own choice for the successor of 2 Tails instead of someone I would have rather chosen. That person ended up not listening to his instructions at all. He would tell him, yo, you're a Jin, you can't casually hop in the game. Someone could berserk you, which makes sense. But the kid didn't want to listen. He was like, oh, I'm fine. I won't get berserked. And what ended up happening was, obviously, he got berserked, and his relation ended up getting screwed over. I believe he went negative because of that, unfortunately. And Goten's, he was fed up with it. He was like, yeah, I am not going through all this again. I'm not going to train you again, blah, 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 blah. And if Hells, the new 2 Tails, wasn't mastered, I wasn't going to get mastered because he was going to use Hells to help master me. But, you know, that was a setback, and we never came back from it. So Kumo died out after that. And yeah, so that's pretty much why I haven't been able to play the game. I just hope it gets revived sometime soon. I can train my relation and then make some 8 Tails videos for you guys in the future. But yeah, I hope that cleared up any confusion, clarified anything you guys need to know, and yeah, hopefully DR comes back in the future. That's about it. So y'all have a good one. It's been your boy Majin Javi, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.